Bhagavatam ki jai, Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhushka Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidyam Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mam Deva Deva. Jai Guru, Jai Guru, Jai Guru. Book 2, Discourse 10, the 10 characteristics, features of the Bhagavata. Sri Shuka continue. Sarga, Visarga, Ashtana, Posana, the Uttis, the Manvantaras, Isanukathas, Nirodha, Mukti, and Asrai. These are the 10 topics discussed in this Bhagavata Puran. Men of true knowledge aver that the first 9 topics have been discussed in this Purana only in order to present a clear conception of the 10 or the last, Asrai, the all-supporting Brahma. This they have deduced, in some cases from the actual word of the text itself, and in other cases from their purport. The creation, in the reverse order, of the gross and subtle elements, the sense of perception and the organs of action, and the mind, the ego, and the Mahatattva, the principle of cosmic intelligence, due to disturbance in the equilibrium and the resultant transformation of the three gunas or modes of Prakriti, brought about by the will of God, have been spoken as Sarga, and the creation of animate and inanimate beings by Brahma, himself born of the cosmic being, is called Visarga. Four, the triumph of the Lord, as revealed by the fact that living beings created by him keep within their bounds, is known by the name of Sthiti, and the Lord's grace on his devotee is termed as Posana. Again, the virtuous conduct of the saintly Manus, presiding over the different Manvantaras, had been referred to by the term of Manvantaras, while the latent desires of the various creatures which lead to their bondage through interest action are known as Uttis. Even so, the life accounts of the various manifestations of Sri Hari, as well as of his saintly devotees, supplemented by various other stories, have been termed as Isha Kathas. 6. Nirodha means the withdrawal of the individual soul with all its qualifications or adjuncts into the Lord's subsequent to his retirement, falling into Yoga Nidra. And when the jiva relinquishes its assumed character, doership, etc., and realize its true nature, Brahmahood, they call it mukti, or emancipation of the soul. 7. Finally, that from which are known to proceed the creation, preservation, and dissolution of the universe is what they call the Ashrai. Which is spoken of in the scriptures as the Supreme Brahman, or the Supreme Spirit, Paramatma. 8. The same perceiving subject, the individual soul, which identifies itself with the sense of perception, also exists in the form of the deities, presiding over the senses or of perception, the sun god and others, while the physical body, which distinguishes the senses from the deities, presiding over them, serves as the condition, upadhi, of the individual soul. 9. When it is clear that in the absence of any one of these we cannot perceive the other two, it follows that he God, who knows all these three in the Asrai, or support of all, and this latter has no other support than in himself. 10. When the aforesaid cosmic being emerged from the egg-shaped universe and stood apart, he began to look out for a foothold for himself, and with this object in view, that being of pure intentions, create the holy waters. 11. Having evolved from the Supreme Person, also called Nara, these waters were known as Nara, that which proceeds from Nara. And since he lived on these waters of his own creation for 1,000 celestial years, he became known as Narayan, he who resides in the Nara. 12. The gross elements, the material of which this universe is made, karma, the destiny of the jivas, time, the mutability of matter, and the jivas exist only by his grace and cease to exist the moment he grows indifferent toward them. 13:14. Awaking from his yoga nidra, deep trance, Lord Narayan, who was all alone till this moment, now sought to multiply himself, and by dint of his maya, split up his effulgent seed body into three parts, the Adidaiva, the Adhyatma, and the Adibhuta. Hear now, O Parikshit, how the unitary energy of the Lord came to be divided into three parts. 15. When the cosmic being bestirred himself, there arose from the space within his body the acuteness of the senses, strength of will, and strength of body as well. And from this sprang up prana, the chief of all the vital airs. 16. Just as the attendants of a king follow him, even so the senses in all living beings are active when this prana is active, but cease to be active the moment this prana becomes inactive. With the free movement of the prana, the cosmic being was overcome with hunger and thirst, and the moment he felt inclined to eat and drink, a mouth appeared in him in the first instance. Wow. 18. From the mouth came out the palate, in which the sense of taste was produced, and thence were evolved the different kinds of tastes, which are experienced by the sense of taste, as well as the presiding over the sense. When the cosmic being felt inclined to speak, there emanated from his mouth the god of fire, the deity presiding over the organs of speech, the organ of speech itself, and the act of speaking, which depends both on the organ of speech and the deity presiding over the same. Till then, the cosmic being remained underwater, controlling his breath for a pretty long time. 20. When, however, his breath sought an outlet and pressed forward, a pair of nostrils appeared in him, and as he felt inclined to perceive smell, there appeared in his nose the olfactory sense, as well as the wind god, the deity presiding over the sense of smell, the bearer of smell. 21. When there was darkness all about him, and he felt inclined to see himself and other things, there appeared in him a pair of eyes, the sun god, the deity presiding over the sense of sight and the sense of sight. And thence followed The perception of color, the object of sight. 22. On the Vedas, proceeding to awaken him through hymns of praise addressed to him, and on the cosmic being, feeling inclined to hear them, there appear in him a pair of ears, the Devatas, the deities presiding over the four quarters, as well as the authority sense, as well as the auditory sense itself, and thence follow the perception of sound, the object of the auditory sense. 23. When again the cosmic being felt inclined to experience the softness or hardness, lightness or heaviness, and warmth or coldness of objects, there appeared in him the skin, the seat of the tactile sense, and on the skin there arose the hair, the sense of perceiving touch as well as the itching sensation, the trees, the deities presiding over the hair, as well as the winged god, the deity presiding over the tactile sense. Nay, he was also covered all over his skin, within as well as without, by the tactile sense, when followed the perception of touch, the object of the tactile sense. 24. As soon as the cosmic being felt inclined to perform various acts, a pair of hands grew out of him. In these hands there appeared the faculty of grasping things, and even so Indra, the deity presiding over this faculty, as well as the act of grasping, which depends both on the faculty of grasping and the deity presiding over it. And 25. Even as the cosmic being felt inclined to walk according to his will, a pair of feet grew out of him, and along with them appeared Lord Vishnu, the deity presiding over the feet, himself as well as the faculty of locomotion, with the help of which people procure the materials for sacrifice. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai, Jai Sri Radheshyam. Bhaja Unitai Gaura Radheshyam Japo Hare Krishna Hare Ram.